Here comes the thumbnail, kids. Oh! Shotgun the trees down because it only has 10 armor. There we go. Let's see how this goes. Do what you did to the last guy. Oh, that did not pen. And then we fire this one. And be like, actually, I don't want you following me. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the bog. I'm Willow, and I'll be your guiding light. Today, we're going to be diving back into MENACE. We're probably going to go face the rogue army in just a second, but we've got some stuff to do in the way back. First off, we've got new OCI options from Zane Beecher Corps. The gravity manipulator, I think, is terrible. It destroys buildings pretty well, but isn't really good for anything else. So it's very niche. Recovery teams are nice, but this requires you to be like losing vehicles and injuring squad leaders, and I'd rather try and get something that prevents that. So we are going to go with the auto laser sentry turret. Deploy an auto laser sentry turret on the map that automatically fires at enemy units. It's not great, but it will tank a couple of shots. It'll give you a little bit of vision. It can do a little bit of damage. It's passable. We don't have the OCI components for it. You can see it costs a little bit too much. I don't want minigun strafing. I don't want sensor 1, and I'm not really interested in any of the other pole upgrades. So we've got aliens on Mop, we've got pirates on Dice of the Gods, or we have a longer operation, Turn the Tide on the Backbone against the Rogue Army. And I want to get some Rogue Army fighting in, so let's go do that one. Rogue Army units have overrun local defenses and are advancing quickly and mostly unhindered. We have to stop them so that an effective defense can be mustered and prepared further back. Be prepared to operate behind enemy lines and fight outnumbered and outgunned. What are victories but invites to self-destructive idolum? Do not let the proof of your talent undermine the current task, outsider. They're so weird. Ay, ay, ay. We have a lot of choices at the start, and then it narrows down quite heavily. Of the first 3 options, I think Relieve Outpost is going to be the one we want. It's a 3-skull defense mission. A friendly combat outpost has been encircled and is now under siege. Friendlies are still fighting back, but are running low on ammunition and manpower. They will be overwhelmed soon. Send out a Marine detachment and relieve the defenders before their vital position is lost. We have to hold the objective. We get more points if we do it well. We also have to keep more than 60% of the friendly units alive. Aside from that, we got to do it clean, and we have to not break things. If we can succeed on that, we'll get Rogue Army Depot. Like most conventional fighting forces, the Rogue Army stores most of its munitions and armaments inside depots. Capturing one of these could provide us with useful equipment. We get a Rogue Army item or vehicle. Now, these can be very good. The Rogue Army has some very nice stuff. Before we get into that, we have a new type of mission reward. This is the anti-tank weapon arsenal. So it's an enemy asset that is currently active. It grants its bonus to enemy faction for the entire operation, and is disabled if you complete the corresponding missions. So until I complete this 3rd mission, all Rogue Army infantry units get an RPG. That makes my hardware very vulnerable in this mission, so I'm going to have to be quite careful with it. This one's during the day with no weather effects, which is very nice. Darby's still got her standard setup. She's got a bunch of vision range stuff equipped from her perks and her items. She's got her close range SMG for slaughtering lightly armored targets. She's got a workshopped RPG for the hardware. I'm really liking the setup on her, and it's doing good things. Pike's got his whack-em. We got him in a little bit of armor just so he doesn't get like totally annihilated if he gets caught out in the open, but he's doing his usual thing. He's here to provide his passive, to buy us a little bit of time with his delay, and the smokes from the light mortar might help us keep some of the random allies alive. Achilles, he's fully loaded, equipped as he was before. He's not going to be very tanky this run because of all the rockets we're up against, so he's mostly here for damage and support. Carta's got the most interesting build this time. We've got her in small arm protective plating, the sap armor, so she's probably our tankiest. She's got a shotgun for if things get close, and she's got this new tripod M6 CMG. The M6 Cater Corner heavy machine gun was originally designed as an anti-aircraft gun, but it has been adopted more and more into an infantry support weapon. With its large 12 7x99mm caliber, I thought that should be a 12.7 maybe. It can easily penetrate lightly armored vehicles as well as buildings and cover. Due to its extreme weight, the weapon is mainly used mounted on vehicles. This weapon is mounted on a tripod to be carried by infantry. It has to be set up to be fired and slows down any squad carrying it. Very powerful weapon, can apply a lot of suppression, can do a lot of damage, but it slows you down, you have to set it up, and so in most missions, Carta won't want to use something like this. But you can see these little blue squares, these are military watchtowers. If you're in them, you count as being deployed and having your heavy weapons set up, and it gives you more vision and a little bit more attack range. And so this is a perfect mission to have her basically get driven up, dropped off, and sit in a tower giving us covering fire. Speaking of covering fire, we've got Singh. He's got his hollow point crowbar ready to destroy people, and he's got steady gun. The half-blind man sitting still and observing his environment will have a better recollection of his surroundings than the eagle-eyed grunt sprinting and jumping everywhere. He gets 25% accuracy and +1 view range if he doesn't move for at least one turn. So his goal is going to be basically blitzing to this tower and setting up in it, and having a bunch of accuracy from being stationary to rip through people with hollow points at range. I'm feeling pretty good about this, so let's see how it goes. Hoorah!
The rogue army is made up of former planetary Jingwei. Unlike pirates, we can expect these hostiles to be very top-heavy, with strong leaders, deadly hardware, and a large manpower pool.
Yeah, they kind of suck. We don't love them. They're rude. But yeah, you can see these are the towers. We got to keep the objective. We got to keep people alive. So it's going to be interesting. Rogue Army's got a lot of scary stuff. To start, we're going to do a little standby, because we're not going to be able to get there in one turn. Right off the bat, you can hear gunshots happening. The allied units are firing at enemies. You can buff Achilles and start moving forward. Then, yeah, it's going to be a lot of waiting. So you can see this, she has to set it up before she can use it, and she can't move as far. But if we go into the truck, it doesn't matter. And now Achilles should be able to kind of just charge forward. I'm really just trying to get him onto site ASAP. We're feeling pretty safe driving up this hard because there are a bunch of friendly units that will take the space I want. But this is the local forces basic infantry. They've got decent armor, decent weapons. They're decent. They're not great. But we make things work with them. Oh, so that are the shots from an autocannon. Based on the height, I would say an infantry autocannon team. So they have a tripod version of Achilles' main gun, which is quite scary.
Eyes and ears.
We're going to want that guy. Yes, the Rogue Army has a lot of very dangerous weapon teams that we're going to need to hunt down, snipe, do whatever we can to remove them. You can see there's so many of them because it's a 3-skull. Oh, they are very scary. So if I just charge Achilles up, he's seriously in danger of getting autocannoned or RPG'd. But we have access to smokes, so there's some ideas here. For now, we're going to try and slow down a little bit. None of the allies have died, so I'm not in too much of a rush. The enemies... Oh, there you go. You can see they're on the other tower firing. I'd like to be able to get on the towers. We're going to send Singh in. You are really just trying to, like, be slightly in range for the whack-em. Yeah, you can see they're firing back and forth. The towers are very tanky. They've got 90 armor and 300 health. Ooh, so this is where all of the allies are. Interesting. Normally they're spread out a bit more across the map. That might be the autocannon team down. We're going to move Darby up because she's the one with the 12 sight range and 4 concealment. She is kind of a ghost. That's where we need Singh to be. This is very nice, giving us a little bit of breathing space to get Singh up here, and we can focus everybody else on the right side of the map. That is the sound of the K-Pack. Oh, yes, they're getting out of the tower and standing in my way. Oh, local forces, my beloved idiots. They're so highly questionable. There's the autocannon. They did not kill it. That's the sound of an ally getting suppressed. So I can go to something like here, but if we go to Carta, you can see that she's got 88, and it will take us 5 to get out of this, and it will take us 5 more to get into the tower. So she won't be able to fire twice this turn no matter what. So if we need to get her a little bit away from the tower, we're okay. For now, we're going to go here. This will give him some cover, and his drive-by will allow him to fire if there is something in view. Sometimes I wish you shared vision with the allied units. We don't see anything. And so I'm inclined to move here, just to be a bit closer next turn. But hopefully we don't... Yeah, they can't see us. This guy is suppressed, but you can see that he's even pinned down. Being on the tower, he's taken a bunch of fire, and it hasn't done anything to him. This is our first Rogue Army squad. Oh, it's the babies! These are the Rogue Army conscripts, ill-equipped soldiers who are a mix of volunteers and forced conscripts. Not very effective fighters, but they come in large numbers. They've got basic grenades that make them dangerous to lightly armored infantry and hardware. They also have the K-Pack. Mostly what that allows them to do is apply a tremendous amount of suppression. These guys have 10 armor. They suck. They panic super easily. They die super easily. But they apply a lot of suppression. They can stand on points. And they're frustrating as all get out. So Carta, we can move to here. She might see stuff. But yeah, even at this point, she can't see. So we have to move another 5 to get in. And this will give us more vision. And you can see we can't actually see stuff. And this large, dense forest is blocking a bunch of sight lines. And so I haven't really done this in a while, but I'm curious to see what happens if I just try and fire at the forest. Yeah, so it doesn't really cost me much. She's still got a bunch of shots left, but for now, she can hang out. If we can break this, it will give us better line of sight, and I care about that because I'm in the good defensive position. I want to be able to see from the tower because I get defensive bonuses. You can see the L is for conscripts. I think it's for losers. That's the sound of a weapon team deploying. That is a Rogue Army mortar team. Those guys are also assholes. The Rogue Army has a lot of assholes, is the thing you're going to start discovering. Now, in our current situation, these guys are a little scary, but they're nowhere near us. That's just a bunch of conscripts. The weapons teams are a little bit frightening, and so there is a temptation to try and move Achilles out there, but his sightlines suck. He only has 7 vision, and the deployed weapon teams get concealment from being deployed, and a lot of these forest tiles reduce vision through them. And so driving him out there, I could try and put him up in a little bit of cover. Somewhere like here where he can try and fire, but he's got very long range. He just can't see anything. So until we get a more scouty unit like Darby over here, we're not going to be able to do anything. So they're going to have to hold for now. You can't quite get in range, so we're going to just have you move up.
Okay.
I should have done standby, but that's okay. That's the sound of that sweet, sweet K-Pack going off, and you can see it just suppresses them and doesn't actually do very much damage. These guys are running over to the right side. That's fine.
Orders.
Darby, I want you to start moving east in a little bit here. I think for off the bat, I'm going to see if we can shotgun the trees down, because it only has 10 armor. There we go. So now you can see that she actually has... Doesn't have, the sightlines haven't updated. They won't for a second, but you can see this is a conscript group that's pretty broken, and she can now target their tile with the M6. And you see it absolutely annihilates them. We know the autocannon team is on this tile from where the bullets are coming from, so I should be able to move Achilles up and even just fire at the tile, but we'll give him a second for that. These guys are so far away, but Singh will be able to demolish them. I want Darby to start moving over. Yeah, more conscripts.
Moving to cover.
Aren't going to be able to do much to her. Or anything, really. So there's more soldiers out here. Remember, if we didn't have the mission effect, we would be able to just drive Achilles in there, but all of them have RPGs. It's something I have to be very, very careful around. When I move to here, yeah, you can see we don't have sightline, but I can try spraying this tile. That's not where those guys are. We'll try this one. No, we can't see anything. All we can do is try and point our face towards the enemies and hope that we're covered by the tower a little bit. You can now sprint up, hang out here. These guys are... They don't like to run across large things of open ground if they're seen. Which makes sense. There's the mortar. Breaking all my cover. Yeah, if they're already deployed, they can fire quite a bit. So at this point, if I can't get someone into this tower, there's not going to be a lot we can do with it. So we're going to try and sneak you up and see if we can get you close enough to see anybody. But as you can see, he can't see the broadside of a barn. There we are. This is the autocannon team. Local forces gone rogue. A small weapon team operating an autocannon. Dangerous for all types of units, from heavy infantry to light vehicles. They've got the SIP-5 standard protection vest. That's what gives them the 40 armor. And they got a tripod Mark 20A3, which is the autocannon. They are incredibly weak, but oh man, does that thing hurt if it hits you. This should absolutely shred them because they are not in cover.
Weapons team.
Beautiful. And then we're going to try and reverse this way so that things trying to fight us maybe get closer to Carta's range, but it also will point our nose towards the enemies, and our front armor is strong enough that their RPGs shouldn't pen it too badly.
Go around the techers.
These guys are running away. They're seen and in the open. They want to back up. Haha, no way I let you be the one who gets in the tower, my friend.
Heading to cover.
I need this guy in the tower. Seeing in the tower will be absolutely monstrous.
Enemy weapons team.
Aha, so now we see some spicy stuff. This is actually the effect of being in the tower. You have high ground. View range goes up by 3, detection up by 2, and weapon range up by 1. But your concealment is reduced by 5. I don't know if the game actually does that, because you can see he has 1 concealment. What I think it does is it applies this buff, which takes your concealment down to 0 for basically everybody, and then the fact that you're effectively deployed while in a tower raises your concealment by 1. That's my theory. Next turn, his vision will go up to 13 because of steady gun, but it lets us see a lot more. We see this is a rogue machine gun team. Local forces gone rogue, armed with a medium machine gun to deliver suppressive fire. This is the CMG-50. That's the light weapon that my hardware uses on Achilles. It doesn't do much to armored targets once it gets past that penetration threshold, but man, it will suppress people, and it has pretty solid range. This guy is another machine gun team, and this guy is another machine gun team. As you can see, they have a lot of weapon teams. With our range, we can see these guys, but they're in tier 2 cover, which is not going to be good for you. These guys, however, are in tier 1 cover because of the trees, and we can do something good to them. You can see we only have high arm penetration because we're running those arm piercing rounds.
But it seems you are busy. What a shame.
I think Zama is just giving me shit for thinking for too long. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, so you see those first couple of shots didn't pen the armor, but did the damage. And then they each got 1 shot by a bullet because of the massive health damage this weapon is doing right now. It does, yeah, base 11. It does 21 hit point damage to a 10 health man. Not good for said man. They're not going to want to be in range to be shot at. Unsurprising. Darby, you're quite happy to go later on. Same with Pike and Carta, so we'll stand by. That's more K-Pack from outside our vision range. But eventually this tower will go down, and then they'll be in danger. Firing bullets at people in defensive formations doesn't do a whole lot. And then Pike, I want you somewhere in the middle where you can apply smoke where needed and support where needed. There's another autocannon team. You can tell because it's the 3 heavy shots. You Yeah, you're kind of hanging out. We don't have things we
Orders.
want you to be doing right now. Darby,
Moving
what
to
can you
waypoint.
see if you
Eyes on
push
weapons
up?
team.
You can see that machine gun team. Another set of conscripts. None of them can see you if you move up to here, so you're going to just move up and be
Movement.
a little rock. Aha! These guys. You can see he's got a little fancy hat. This is the Rogue Army Officer. Rogue Army seasoned officers that command and motivate the forces around them. They don't do a whole lot offensively, but they can remove suppression and morale penalties from their allies, and they have a target designator that can be very dangerous in conjunction with some of their weapon teams. Nobody can really see us. We can see a lot of people over here. Ooh, I didn't quite see you guys. This is our first experience with a walker. This is a Rogue Army laser walker. It's like a vehicle that cares less about fit. It's a infantry vehicle. It can deploy, it can use cover. It is basically a giant mechanized infantry unit. A light walker armed with an auto laser that's effective against heavy infantry and light vehicles. This weapon's very scary on the first turn it fires, and not so much after that. But it does have 110 health and 110 armor and 160 health. And so my workshopped RPGs are going to struggle against that. You'll notice it also doesn't have directional armor. Everything is the same from any direction. So we'll move her up to here.
Movement.
Man, you can see so many things. Bunch of laser walkers. There's a lot of guys over on the left that we're going to have to deal with. But it also seems there's a lot of guys over on the right. So who knows?
Ferocity before freedom.
Aha! So that was not actually the case hack. That's a crowbar. There we go.
Hey, don't get hit.
So this is their next level of infantry. Rogue Army Infantry. Still equipped with their standard loadout of printed carbines, bundled grenades, and frag grenades. So these guys have better weapons. They have an anti-tank grenade and smoke grenade, and they've got a crowbar, which we've seen a lot of on some of my units. So they're actually quite scary. They're much better than the conscripts. We're really going to need to start putting damage down, but right now I don't have great line of sight options, so I might actually have to move you into heavier cover, which is tragic, because I really wanted you to be up in a nice little thing. Problem here is there's potential for you to be shot at from quite far away if I just run you up. But if I don't start getting you moving, I go you here, but it's what is the diagonal cost? 25 with your current loadout, and so 25, it's 35 to deploy, 55 to drop it down. We don't have enough to shoot, so she's got to move to here if I wanted to shoot next turn. We're going to rely a little bit on the fact she's got really nice armor and have her run up. Whoa. We know there's enemies there, but there are allied units kind of in the way, so we'll see if that will cover her. But she's being a little bit spicy. Oh, the mortar. Okay, Achilles has to deal with that, or it's going to keep shelling us. It applies a lot of damage to lightly armored infantry. It applies a lot of suppression. There's the motivation. And there's walkers running around who are a little bit... Don't understand that voice line. Never have, never will. But yeah, they've got a whole bunch of people hanging out there. So we gotta start putting damage down, or things are going to be quite dangerous. The good news is that these guys, only this guy's got range on her, which means that she does have the ability to... I wonder if we can get to here. 55, 54. I need 40, 50, 60, 70 to be able to set up. So yeah, she can only get to here. Though actually, what I can do, I forgot I have the thermobaric rocket, and this is about to do devastating things. You can get to here, and oh, here we go. Here comes the thumbnail, kids. Oh!
The hostiles are fleeing.
Oh! Ho, 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 ho. Yeah, retreating, pinned down on fire. Retreating, deployed on fire. Wavering, deployed on fire. That was beautiful. Incredible. They're getting crushed. They're probably just going to die here. Yep. That actually gives them morale back, which is kind of a problem. This guy is off doing something. So now nothing's really in range of you, and you're like negatively effective against the armor.
Sir,
Darby does have tap range and can also sneak up to do some rocket stuff on the walkers if I want.
Major,
Pike, you and the Whackum are nowhere near being in range, but you could deploy smokes down.
Orders?
I think maybe we do a little bit of Achilles runaround, because while they are technically alive, these guys, these are actually quite dangerous.
at your service.
And Sing, I can't, like, they're just out of my range. If Darby tries to move forward, she's going to have a hard time doing much to them. I guess she actually does just have tap shots from here. She could just get down and start tapping away just to do the morale damage and wait for things to kind of get a little bit closer.
Major,
Achilles can power in pretty soon. Pike can probably move up and buff. The smoke is also really tempting, but then we don't really have the ability to shoot super well, so that's kind of the trade-off here. If I run forward and I try and drop a smoke, well, then suddenly I can't really shoot super well. But, so I'm waffling, you know? I could try and land a smoke in front of her to break line of sight, and that's actually quite tempting. Maybe drop one behind you as well. I think we're going to go for that. I think tap firing is not going to be super useful, but getting a smoke out here in front of her to break line of sight is what I'm going to want. And that, yeah, that should hide her. Beautiful, and it still allows Darby to do some shooting if needed. These guys are going to run up and fire their... Congratulations, my friend.
Major,
Those guys are going back for their tower. This means you actually have a really good shot on him, but you're not really in need of it right now. So we're going to hold off. Darby, we're still trying to hold off on. Achilles, let's see if you can go find the guys back here. Yes. Waste. These guys are standard infantry, so very valuable shots on them. And then we just try and kill you. That breaks them over here. Beautiful. And you can phase to get back into the fight. Oh. Yep, there's a smoke grenade to cover their approach. Oh, they're so cool. I love the Rogue Army. They're so friggin' cool. It is 16 for you to move, so she can actually slide to here and chuck a max range rocket. Engine damage and some wavering. You hit him again. Spalling damage and arm loss. I have no idea what arm loss does. We broke him. Engine damage increases his movement costs. Spalling damage does a bunch of armor durability damage. That's why you can see his armor is so damaged despite the full pen of the rockets. And arm loss, I assume, just like takes out one or more of his weapons. And then we're going to move her a little bit farther away from those guys so she doesn't get laser beamed or, you know, weapon teamed as easily. They're thinking. Those guys are, yeah, running out in the open. You don't have great shots, and so it might just be, I don't know, your ability to hit those guys is abysmal. You could run to here and get some shots off and kind of rely on the fact that there's smoke there. Because right now, if I don't start putting down... Like, I can't wait for them to come to me. So I think I have to... Well, we'll get the buff next turn if you hold. And so maybe we just try and put shots on this. I don't think it will do much, but who knows? I guess the crowbar does actually have pretty good armor damage.
deflected.
We only need one shot to go through the armor. Yeah, I was like, it's not a high odds, but I wanted to give it a try. Let's see what else they do. You're going to retreat, yeah, out of our vision.
Tactics have failed you.
That's another weapon team running around on the side. They're trying to... They like to try... The Rogue Army doesn't like to run straight at you. They like to position and do things with that. This guy is going to support his friends. They really don't want to run across this open ground here. Which, hey, that's great for me. That's really dangerous. That's the autocannon
Enemy
team.
weapons team.
That needs to be dealt with. Then we got a bunch
Look,
of
they've
fleeing
traitors in their
guys.
midst.
Hey, they disbanded.
Might be danger.
Wonderful. Okay,
Orders.
so right now you don't have great shots. This guy is a concern, and so there is
Flank
some
me,
merit to, if I get you moving up, your ability to, yeah, just start plugging people with cannons is actually quite interesting. Because you can go to here, land the recruits with that. I don't want you super in range, but I don't mind you being a little bit on the edge. But that's 2 units broken and crippled. Our allies are being suppressed by the K-Pack. That's their alt fire that just pins down a target. Very frustrating
Orders.
sometimes. You still don't really have people in range, but Darby totally just has rockets on this guy, so get down and just do what you did to the last guy. Oh, that did not pen. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
On target.
There we go. Wavering stabilizers damaged. I have no idea what stabilizers damage does. Some of these might be new, some of these I just might not have gotten ever. The only person I've ever run in a walker for any serious amount of time is Rewa, and she has a passive that reduces the amount of defects she suffers. And so I don't see a lot of defects because she doesn't suffer them very often.
At your service.
You're chilling, you're chilling. I'd love to get in range for your whack-em to do stuff. For right now, we're going to stand by. And then you... I want the most number of turns. We're going to do whatever it is that gives us the most number of turns. And then, honestly, as much as I want you to move in, like, I brought this so that I could smoke the allies. Like, that was the purpose. It was to be able to smoke the allies who get themselves in danger because they're one of my side objectives. Don't have the allies die
Orders.
was an objective I was given. Now, this you might actually be able to kill because it's got its armor so wrecked by falling damage, and you can see that because that first rocket didn't pen, it did all armor damage, no health damage. And he's got 129 accuracy because of all his buffs. There we go. That's what I like to see.
Hardware biffed.
And then you've got nothing else. I can fire here. We only have 4 rounds left, and he can't actually use all of his remaining bullets. So we'll fire here because he's got this huge suppression boost, and it might suppress whatever's in the smoke. I'm not sure, but it costs me literally nothing. And then I will be dropping
Coordinates received.
a couple of supply kits
Coordinates
to
received.
re-up the ammo I'm spending.
Orders.
There's the leader. I really want him to be dead, but he's so far refusing to be dead. The smoke is doing what we expected, which is preventing her from doing a
Orders.
lot. You can tap shoot to just finish these guys off. Come on. There we go. It did no morale damage because he was already so bricked. I love how Walker Rubble looks.
Always ready.
Oh god. I don't think there's any other special things we've seen. We've already looked through most of these guys. Yeah, you're stuck behind this. You just deploy and hang out. You got nothing you're doing right now. There's another walker. Ooh. But they've got a lot of morale damage, so even as they recover, 1 or 2 enemy units killed at the start of next turn should, in theory, absolutely shatter their will to fight. Those are Rogue Army infantry, not conscripts. Got a weapon team moving up. We got conscripts moving in. They really want to try and, like, move up here, but they're just struggling. So many walkers, dude! Oh my god! 6 walkers? Oh, Expert is something else. Expert is something else.
Major.
Okay, so now that the smoke has cleared, she's gonna have some dastardly shots on people. Yeah, like, that's gonna do a lot. This doesn't pen against you guys, but... So she's got some very
Off-board,
interesting
moving.
shots. You also have interesting shots, and this will not pen on the first shot, but it will sure as shit pen on the other ones. So we move up and we get to see what an autocannon does to a light walker. So you can see it takes out a bunch of it, and then we fire this one, and it gets absolutely washed. And then from here, I want to keep him moving, and we can shred some conscripts. Oh, and that's the morale cascade I was talking about. We point our face forward just to make sure we don't get shot. And, oh no! That's in range. Thankfully, we're on a tower, okay? Being on a tower saved our bacon there. If he had been out in the open, that would have been dead sing. So it's not actually very important to shoot at them now, which is kind of weird. Once an enemy has gone, the value of firing at it is a lot lower because it's, well, already gone. I am going to try and put some hurt on these guys. I don't think it'll do a ton, but it will put some... It'll put a lot of suppression on them. So you actually hear there's another unit back here that's catching collateral from that, and then he doesn't have great shots, and they're pinned down, which makes them even worse. So we'll just kill the weapon team for that morale cascade. And you can see we get more morale damage, which is super handy. That guy needs to die, but none of my characters can get to him right now, which is a bummer. You guys are feeling pretty good. I want to stand you up. I want to move you a little closer, and then I really want to give Darby more AP, so maybe she can sneak forward and take out that command team or something. That is our resupplies, which I don't think we're going to need, but Darby might like it for more rockets. But I'm really hoping I can get her in range to... You would need to go 1, 2 more. You'd have to go to here. Yeah, and then you just die. And then you just die. These guys have a little bit too much armor for her to just, like, poke out that far. I think she is kind of like... You run up to here, you chuck a rocket into this.
Damage some
just to
modules.
put damage on it. And you kind of run your way back to be in range to pick up new rockets for next turn. There's a bunch of conscripts that have run forward. You can't hit that, but man, you have some other shots. So rip this.
I want to see that out of you, 103rd.
And just hear the dunk 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 dunk. This, it might actually just kill. Nope, but it did a lot of damage. Busted a module, you can hear. Yeah, so as long as we keep them panicking, this side's got a lot of conscripts, which I gotta be a little careful about. That might disband now that the damage has been dealt to it. I think that is. The question mark went away. That guy's still here, but he's in range of Achilles. We got a bunch of people who are going to get slowly mowed down by Achilles. Piece by piece. Those guys are all freaking out over there. Yeah, so... If I don't use you, these guys will cause a problem. But there's an autocannon team in range of Achilles, which is very scary. But his front armor is pointed towards them, so I am going to risk it for the biscuit. Taking out these guys before they can suppress me feels quite worthwhile. Oh! That's what happens when you're wearing clothing against hollow point rounds. Jesus, sing. So this is what we're afraid of. He can fire once. Front armor took the shots, we're okay. They're firing back with their crowbars. Hey, local forces is actually doing something. It's a miracle. Where is this guy? Is he in this tile? Yeah.
Good job.
Beautiful. And you just keep moving forwards. Doing that, you can actually move to here and kill the autocannon team. You can hang out. He's been marked. That is very scary for some of the later game weapon teams they have access to. But for right now, it's not too bad. You can just dump shots into this guy. There's no reason to keep firing. Pike, let's see what they do. Give Darby the AP again. Grab yourself some more smoke.
Let's do this.
Darby can grab that. And Darby
Movement.
can... Ooh. Darby goes to... Yeah, she won't be in range for this, but she will be in range for that. I don't need to be that far up. Darby can go to here. Aha! That's another... What's a mortar team? The mortar for indirect fire support. They're quite scary. We're going to have to hunt those down. But for right now, Darby can easily move to here and just shred this team. Or not?
Sights
Ooh,
are sharp.
a little bit too far for that weapon. I always forget that those trees technically count as tier 1 cover. That thing's wavering. Got a lot of people running away. We're going to have to hunt down. But we should be able to, as long as we continue the morale breaking cascade, we'll be okay.
I have suppressed the hostiles.
Very nice. And then...
Weapons team.
Beautiful. Almost got him.
Face me.
Here, motivating! I gotta hunt this thing down, but he's just gonna keep running. He's so frustrating. These guys are just gonna be stuck here forever because the local forces will just keep shooting at them. Which does mean on that line of thinking we're just gonna keep putting shots into them. Nice. You see that breaks them in the back. And now that their armor's broken, he pens with the hollow point, and they explode. Because the hollow points hurt. Darby, you will continue. Well, we're gonna see if we can get Pike in range for you, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't see that happening. So, but Carta.
Orders.
When Carta, you can't really see or do much. So we'll come back to you. For right now, Darby, Darby, you can go to here. We're out of range of all that, so just annihilate these guys. There we go. And Carta, I want to run up so that she actually can try and deploy and shoot at people next turn. We're going to be a little bit risky with her, but everything's panicking, so I'm not too worried. They're now in your range, so you might actually be able to kill this team. Beautiful. Now I don't have to deal with them buffing their guys and scanning me and all sorts of garbage. Their second round, yeah. Killed them. Beautiful.
You keep ordering, and I keep killing.
And then we're gonna have Achilles go as late as possible. We'll do a standby. Local forces are charging. These guys exist to stress me out. Achilles. These guys are so sad and panicked. It's not even funny. You guys are well within range.
You are on
Nice.
absolute warpath.
And there's the mortar team. Beautiful. We are slowly slaughtering them. And then that thing's panicking. You're also panicking, but I can tag you with a rocket. No, I can't. We missed.
Everybody misses now and again.
And they're just running for the hills.
Further together.
You have to keep up with the allied units, or they're going to
I
run
knew you could do
themselves
it,
off
Major.
by themselves.
Orders. We've got movement.
Hey, those guys are back over there. As long as she stays relatively
Enemy
hidden,
movement.
yeah, and then she can just annihilate them. They're out of range.
Kill confirmed.
Beautiful. These guys are still over here, just panicked forever. These guys, I need to somehow stop them from doing what they're doing. It's like, guys, you need to not be... Whatever it is you're doing, I need you to not be doing it. You see a lot of friends. That's quite dangerous, actually. I want the loot. We've already killed a lot. I don't want to lose a bunch of people, so we're going to bail here. Oh my god, we got another autocannon. Let's go. Those are very nice. We got the SIP-5 standard protection vest, standard issue protective vest used by most local defense forces, and it's mostly designed to stop shrapnel and debris. Still offers limited protection against low penetration bullets. These are the first real anti-tank grenades we've found, a specialized anti-tank grenade that can make short work of most light and medium vehicles. The main drawback is the close distance needed to employ the grenade against a mobile target. Got Smoke Grenade, a grenade that creates a thick smoke cloud over an area of several tiles to conceal anyone inside or behind it. Completely blocks all line of sight. You saw how good Smoke was in this. Got some K-packs that I don't want to get into, and some other guns. And it was a hard mission, so we get extra promotion points. Beautiful! Singh is now weary.
I am most grateful you are here, Major.
He's also got Euphoric. Darby didn't
103rd ready to take on anyone.
get her determined going well.
Yes, my heart swells. More glory awaits.
This is really powerful on him because of all his mobility related things. But yeah, that was a good one. Our next one's going to be a search and rescue. Friendly dropships retreating have been ambushed by enemy anti-air units and shot down. Head out to the crash site and search for any surviving crew members. Capable pilots are a rare asset and have to be rescued at all costs. We gotta rescue the pilot crews and the engineer crew. We have to complete the mission without losing anybody, and we have to destroy as few enemies as possible. I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but we're going to try. The reward for this is kind of bad. Pilots recovered. With the pilots returned to duty, more air power to strafe enemy forces came available. Gives you 1 use of minigun strafing per each mission following. I don't love minigun strafing, so I'm not thrilled. This one's during the day, but we got some light rain, which I think might give us like a -1 vision penalty, but I'm still a little bit iffy on the weather effects. This time we've got Pike with the tripod M6 CMG. He's got some extra ammo for it and some smokes, because we got to be protecting these crews to get them out. In order to use the tripod weapons without being slowed down, we gave him buff. 2-a-days, bear crawls, suicides, and shuttles. Momentary urges to die, harden one against death itself. This lets him use these weapons without being slow as shit. It'll also let him wear heavy armor later on, and it gives him 3 health per squad mate. I really like this because for a small 3-man squad, it's very easy to die because there's just not a lot of people in your squad. And so heavy armor and increased health are both great. Darby's doing our long-range stuff this time with her crowbar, otherwise she is the same. She's going to be on her own trying to sneak up and rescue people. Achilles with his same loadout and Carter are going to go left. Carter's got some hollow points with the shotgun, and we're going to see how that goes. I have absolutely no idea. It's going to be funny, though. And she's got the whack-em again to just leave smokes lying around. And Singh's sitting this one out, but it doesn't seem too heavy of a combat mission, so hopefully that's not a problem. Hoorah! 1 rescue, 2 rescue. Yeah, so we want to basically charge up, get people in range, do stuff from there. So we're just trying to get people out. We can destroy up to 6 enemies. So immediately we're kicking off with a standby, and want to get as close as we can without getting detected. If we do get detected, we want to kill the things that spot us as fast as possible. Darby's the one who's going to be running up because she's the one who can do it the most safely with her 4 concealment. If she doesn't see anything, we're just going to keep running her.
Eyes on weapons team.
Aha! So we got our little mortar friend. He can't see you for forever. That is a Rogue Army officer. He also can't see you.
Need to waypoint. Movement.
More conscripts. None of these guys can see Darby at all. Autocannon team. So this is going to be spicy. This is going to need smokes over here. Which might mean Achilles has to pivot, and we let Pike and Carta deal with this. For now, we will have Carta get in because it still makes her so much faster. And we'll see if Achilles does encounter anything. I'm not super expecting it, especially with the trees kind of blocking sight lines. So somebody can see him. It's probably this guy. So someone's got to die. Nice. He's hidden again, and we're going to not risk it for the biscuit. We're going to hold off here. And hopefully, yeah, if they keep running away, ooh, very good for us. Pike, we really want you to get in a place where you can drop smokes and support. Though there is something to be said for having Carta launch her own
Major.
smoke in. If Carta like pops out to here, she can launch her own. She can actually run to there and launch her own smoke on this. Let's see how that goes. Because she can just launch the whack-em right onto that. If it covers that, we can have Pike buff her to get her going there next turn. And Achilles can start moving over this way.
Major.
Because Pike, you're not quite in range for that, but if we slide you over this way, you can definitely
Ready up,
tag
my
Carta.
signal, Major.
And then Carta can kind of get up and run up and be able to grab this guy next turn.
Major.
Achilles, we'll see what
Orders?
you want to do. Darby, you can get very close
Hustle one.
before anything spots you, has any issues with you, things like that. This guy has to die. No other option is a necessary
I'll lock
evil.
shields with you anytime, buddy.
They're running away
Thanks.
because they don't actually know he's dead. And you, I need to get in range for smokes next turn. Beautiful. Alrighty. So, for kicking things off, you're the one I want to just run up, grab this guy. We're all in smoke, so they can't actually hit you. You can run back here and be hidden.
Major.
For you, you need to be in a place where I can launch, like, boom, boom, boom. I think means here, yeah. 1, 2, 3. This will cover everybody with this giant cloud of smokes, and you can kind of head back to here about face and be ready. Darby,
Oscar Mike.
you now tag both of these, and we're all hidden in smoke is the hope that we don't get shot to pieces. And then Pike, you're running over here to
Listen up, we're
support.
moving.
Lots of enemies get to go. These guys are in smoke. The civilian is the engineer crew, I believe, and these guys are the other ones. You've got to move first because your smoke has dissipated. You can run. These guys can now hoof it. You guys can run. You, we're going to drop another line of smokes here just to be extra triple, double, quadruple safe and go over to support the
Eyes
other
open.
side. Darby, you're running with them. Carta, you're running with them.
Who, sir?
And Pike, you're
Grenade out.
launching a bunch of smokes for the similar thing of we want to get out of here as easily as we can. Buff the city
on
so
my
they can
signal.
move a little bit farther. Yeah, and the city can come to here, be in smoke. You guys can run. You guys can run. Previously, cities only had 80 AP, and it made them so slow. Okay, nice.
Sir.
It looks, knock on wood, like we
103rd
are
heading
actually
to
going to
cover.
get out of this basically perfectly.
Major.
So the goal here now is to snag 4 more kills before the mission is
Who,
out.
sir?
Because you get loot for kills, and getting no loot feels very bad.
Major rear
That's the mission
set and
just
ready for
done.
exfiltration.
But we want to try and
Eyes on
grab
weapons,
a
team.
couple of kills here if we can. You guys are out of range and also can't see her because she is a ghost.
Op 4, moving.
You have shots on them, but I'd rather just move you to here and get down. Yeah, the more people we kill, the better. So I'll probably just skip to interesting things, because this is going to be me slowly crawling my way after the baddies, which is not super fun. Alright, so Darby's got these guys in a kill zone. Shouldn't actually kill them, but that shot killed him.
Major.
And now they'll
keep your
probably
eyes on
try
this
and
Marine.
move towards
I
me,
appreciate it.
but they don't handle stealth well.
Major.
Not my problem. Achilles can autocannon salvo. Can do it again.
Bow
Beautiful.
before me.
Sir?
3 more kills allowed. We're just firing a whack him into the darkness, and it is actually killing people.
Major.
Yeah, so it doesn't actually deal damage. It's just there for its suppression.
Eyes
Like
open.
that's the
We've got movement.
purpose. Ooh, that guy. Conscripts aren't really worth money when you kill them. That's the problem, is they're not worth anything. You guys can drop Sit V and various grenades. Wow, that guy didn't die. He's got 1 hit point.
Hostile eliminated.
Oh. Woo!
Eyes on.
Nice. Those are some potentially juicy targets. I think we're just going to try and rip... No, I can actually rip you guys with the autocannon. Well, let's go. Alright, that's our 6 enemies. We're out of here. Yeah, we got terrible loot, but basically a free mission, so we take that. Achilles actually got euphoric.
TCR Sparta!
Love this, man. That was breeze of a mission. Now we gotta mine some roads. Now that the enemy's advance is slow, we need to grind it to a halt. Disrupt enemy glocks to create more space for friendly forces to rest and refit. Covert ops team must land behind enemy lines and mine the roads used by the enemies to supply the frontline units. This is the same mission with different objectives. Instead of rescuing people, we have to get into the zones and mine them, and then get out. We're gonna do this. So just as a note, you can see that the soft armor versus the SIP B, soft armor is half the price for 3/4 of the armor. So soft armor is pretty good. Well, it's another day with no penalties to vision. Everything's basically the same. Pike doesn't have his smoke grenades anymore. Sing's got his smoke grenade. We've got Achilles and Carta trying to snag this one and head left. The main group's going to try and snag this one and head left. I don't know how we're going to get around this. We might have to, like, do a weird zigzag. I have no idea how this is going to go. But we got a lot of different smoke options, so hopefully that helps. Hoorah! Oh, I love how cool our squads look. And then there's this idiot. What do you guys have the... This is the actual, like, TCR marine armor. Oh, right, I forgot! Sing's got the K-Pack. Because we're not trying to do as much killing and we're being a little more sneaky, being able to suppress things is quite helpful. So we're going to see how that plays out. Kick things off, we're going to have Pike do his standby, because the later we can move, the better. In that vein, we're going to have Carto just, like, do a quick pop-up to here and just see what she sees, but then she can get back in the truck.
Once we see something, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you. You can buff Darby, because she's really the one who's going to be putting in the work over here. Let's see what you see, Darby. Get in there.
Movement.
Those guys have to die. We can kill 9 enemies this time, which is significantly more than we were allowed to kill last time.
Movement.
Double leaders. Ooh. I don't love that, actually. For right now, they're going to move, and I can use this to kind of force them to.
Fire mission underway.
That will run the bombing run, but it's not gonna do a whole lot. But it will make them move, and then you can see that this has a little bit more concealment, so you can get a little bit closer and still be hidden. They're gonna run away. It's gonna reveal us though.
Guardsmen at the ready.
Ooh, he can't see her. What? She's way too stealthy. Apparently she is too stealthy for him. And then you can move to here and get down. That'll give you 1 concealment, and he shouldn't be able to see you.
Always ready, Major.
I don't think he can see you. Maybe he can see you. Oh no. That is an autocannon team. That's just going to have to die.
Come on. Test
Oh my god, and there's a walker on the site? Jeez. What's there? There's sight range. So you could back up to here. Let's try that. Let's kill this, because this is a big problem.
The hostiles are fleeing.
And then pull you out of vision range and see if the walker wanders off. Wandering left might also work. We might be able to sneak in the back of it, but I'm incredibly dubious. He's gonna disband, which unfortunately counts as destroying a unit. Does it? Oh, did they patch that? Does it no longer count as destroying if they flee? Oh, that would be so cool. These guys can definitely see Sing, which is a problem, which means that Darby has to kill them. I think it doesn't count if they disband now. Oh. Oh my god, I sat down just to stay. Rud. That was a bit of a biff, but he's running away, which is beautiful. That guy's way over here, and we can keep moving up. Are you going to be able to see any of us? I think you can see Sing, potentially. So this might be a... Like, he's on the site we're trying to get to. Like, I don't think we're allowed to let him exist. But you can tag him with that. If I can break him without killing him, that's the ideal here. Oh, there's the... as it whiffs on everything. You were now trying to get Carta onto the site. You go to here. Oh my god, he didn't actually disband. He's got 1 health and he stayed. Interesting. You can hang out there. Carta can peace out. Lay mines. Carefully place and hide mines around the given location. Boop! 1 down. Back in the truck. If he runs, we'll be pretty okay. But yeah, I think he's going to disband, and that's going to count as a dead thing. No, you're not going to run. But you are an autocannon team. Like, I can't really let you just live. Like, unfortunately, let's see what this does to this guy. Ooh, big fire and retreating. He's retreating. If I can let him run that way, I think that's actually pretty okay for us. So we will just have Achilles move up this way. He's going to run away and explode, which counts as a kill. Carta, you see those guys. You can get down and thermobaric them. Get back up and get in. That breaks them, and we'll hopefully have them running away. And that squad of standard infantry with so few stuff, with so few health remaining, are just not a huge threat. Pike, you're moving up. You're buffing Darby because she is my scout. That's a huge problem because now everything knows where Achilles is no matter what. And we don't really have a great way of dealing with that. That leadership team needs to die so badly. You've got medium accuracy on them. Okay, you get down and you try and put some hurt. Oh, Darby, please.
Keep them landing.
Those guys are running away. Thank goodness. Those guys are going to be a problem, but they will be a problem for later in the turn. This guy is continuing to run away and hang out. You're going to run away. Nice. Keeping them running is really good. You need to kill this guy. Like, this needs to happen, or he's going to keep marking people, and it's going to be a huge problem.
Hostile neutralized.
Okay, now you can move up. They're running. They're all on the outside of what they can see. I think you move there because Sing's vulnerable to being spotted more than you are. I can move him back a little bit and get this minefield down. That thing is going to be a problem. For now, you can move up. And you... We just move to here, and we hope the thing runs out. You can poke your head out and just see if you can get a little bit of vision, but I think Darby sees so much more than you that it doesn't matter. We want Darby to try and sneak onto this while everyone else goes for extract. That's kind of our ideal here. In a similar vein, Pike, keep her moving. If they keep running, that's super good for us. Yeah, so we're gonna have to kill like one of these, but if she can get through here without
Hustle 103rd.
killing another one, that's very good. You have to get down so they don't see you. If he runs north, we're super happy. Okay. Look, as long as they keep running, we're pretty okay with that.
Double time.
We just have to make sure that they keep running. If we keep getting lucky and they keep running, there is hope for us. Oh, if they're just like wandering around. Oh, don't let me hope, game. The other option is getting Darby really close and then like launching her with Pike's buffs. We don't actually have a time limit on this mission, so I have to spend a little bit of time setting up.
Moving to cover. We've got movement.
Those guys are over there. I think she wants to try and tuck in right here.
Op 4 moving.
Because that will make her... Oh my god, yeah, so... That's a mortar team. We got a machine gun team. But if she can tuck in right here, we can buff her so she can get it in... If that's visible through, I think she pivots to here. And next turn we buff her, she runs in, she mines, and she runs out. The rest of us can kind of pull up on this side.
Hard and fast.
That guy is probably going to have to die, but for right now, he doesn't.
Yes, Major.
And if he doesn't need to die right now, we don't kill him right now. Keep going. Nice. Oh, very stressful mission. That's the walker behind us. I don't love that. You're still hidden from him, weirdly enough. And then Pike, you're running to try and get back to friendlies. We're kind of waiting to see what that guy does. You could get onto site, but you can't get off of site, so I think you have to hold. We all kind of have to hold for a second. It's 10. Yeah, you can throw a smoke here, which I can actually use to just have Darby get on site this turn, now that I think about it. Woo! That's why we like having health on him. We can simply smoke off and be like, actually, I don't want you following me. The no thank you line of smokes. No thank you.
Find me the danger.
Darby can now run in here and disable the mine, or place the mines.
Always ready, Major.
And now, like, you're going to have to just kill anyone who you see. If you don't see anybody, you don't have to kill anybody. Alright, things are a little spicy, but we're holding.
On task.
Spicy but holding is my secret band name. We got guys right here. What else do we have? Where is everybody else? They're all super far away. So if I can get everyone into a smoke cloud right here, we could actually do some pretty fun stuff. For now, I want you to kind of back up in from here. You can shoot these guys and just ruin their day. Your gun's not great at close range, but it's good enough. You can get into here, be in the smoke. They can't do a lot to you in the smoke. And then you can run out to here and drop a line of smokes on yourself. We just smoke the entire extract.
Always ready.
Carta, you're in a similar boat of we're just chucking smokes everywhere. And they say smoking is bad for your health. A joke never gets old in this game. Darby has to go first. And she needs to run into the smoke. Ooh, they might hurt us. Nope, they're smoking themselves because they are very damaged. Nice. You can make it into the smoke. Oh god. Please don't be in range. You need to run. And then you... We can kill a decent number of people here, so he can just start shooting. Very nice. And that's gonna just stop a lot of them from doing stuff. You don't fire great from in the smoke, but we have no reason not to take shots.
Always ready.
And then Carta, you're in a similar boat where you can blast these guys. Armor-piercing shotgun does work. And we're not really worried about the kills. We're worried about making sure that we don't
Eyes on.
get shot at. You can take out some weapon teams.
Destroyed.
God, you are good at killing weapon teams. And then you can launch a line of smokes like that. And that will cover everybody and allow us to get most people onto the zone. And then I'm comfortable keeping you out of the smoke because you're the hardiest guy. You're the hardest to get killed. So I'm pretty okay with that.
Ready
Darby, I
on my
want to buff
signal.
you. You
Move
can
up.
move up.
At your service.
You can go to here and just see if you can finish this guy. It's abysmal shooting from smoke into smoke, but hey, there was a chance.
Attack Jingwei.
If he disbands, that also is pretty good for us. You can get out to here, and weapon teams are worth a lot of money if you can kill them.
Now that's the spirit.
Um,
Hurrah!
and
Hoo-ah,
so,
Marine.
ooh-ah, Marine. Then you can get back in here.
Always ready.
Incredible. And then you, I think we can just whack him that. And miss, but who cares? Ooh.
At your service.
Spicy end to a spicy mission. You can pop out and kill this guy. They're not worth a lot, but they're worth something. And then you can get into the vehicle. Here's something setting up.
At your service.
Don't like something setting up. You can get onto site.
Major.
Pike, you can get onto site.
Get it done to your ship,
Nice. So
Major.
whenever I want to, I can leave. So we'll probably poke our heads out a little bit to see if yes, I can get a kill on a weapon team. They're going to
Always
bail.
ready, Major.
Are they going to bail? Yeah, that didn't count as them dying. Interestingly enough. I don't actually know if it's where they are.
Now you try me.
Nope. Alright, we're out of here. Another 5-star mission, and we actually got some loot out of that. We got one of the White Walkers. We got some more of their armor. We got some scrap bombs. Most of this is money. We did get the tripod CMG-50. We've seen this weapon before on the vehicle. It's not fantastic. It does less hit point and armor damage and armor penetration than the other deployed weapon we have, so like it's just a worse version of this guy. This thing is 25, 25, 55. It fires 2 less shots, but who cares? Darby's euphoric.
The mission is in perfect order.
And Achilles, my beloved.
Ticia Sparta!
Always. Alright, now we gotta break through. Enemy is on the back foot and has retreated behind heavy fortifications. We need to use this momentum to punch through and deal a devastating blow. You'll be assaulting the defense line head-on, so bring heavy explosives and make full use of cover and concealment. Once you have pushed through, all units must extract. So, we're on the wrong side of a defensive position from our extract. We have to do it quick, we have to do it clean, and we gotta bring a bunch of people. There's our extract, here's our starting point, here's the wall in between. They're gonna have a lot of stuff to contend with, so we gotta make sure we bring the good shit. Alright, it's another day one. We are gonna be running up the right side. I normally like to pick a side. There's normally a heavy defensive position, like those machine guns we saw before. This one's probably going to be a long-range mortar. And it's not my favorite thing in the game. It's a very, like, 1 in 10 that it direct hits one of your squads and just kills 7 squaddies. If that happens, I'll be frustrated, but such is life. Pike's got the mining laser now and some anti-tank grenades. We don't need the machine gun. We're going to be moving too fast for that. And everybody needs a way of damaging walls. These are military bunkers, and these are military walls. We gotta break through them, as the name of the mission entails. Carta's got that. Everyone's got some way to punch through walls. Sing's got the smokes. Again, we're doing the K-Packs. Again, we're not really trying to kill everything. If I need to be able to suppress something down, we're gonna do that. Let's do this thing. Hoorah! Hey, good job, Pike. So yeah, we know there's nothing for us for a while, so we get to just kind of run.
Major.
Pike, I want Darby to be able to keep up with Achilles. You can happily hang out in the back. We don't want to clump people up too much, because Having one of those heavy mortar shots land in the middle of the team is
Always ready, Major.
it'll break your soul. But yeah, first turn of these missions is very boring. These are the military bunkers in question. We don't actually have sight on it right now. God damn it! I can't show them off then, but we're still running up. Nothing's going to be in range of him to see him. These are the walls. They have 120 health, and you can't see through them. They are frustrating.
Major.
You keep going. We're all just trying to stay as hidden as possible for as long as possible. Because it is very hard to spot things inside of the bunkers. There we go. This is the military bunker. It's got 270 health, 80 armor, and enemies can be inside of it. It is a problem. Being able to hit this with a rocket is hard. Thankfully, they can't see her because she is a ghost. She's still out of range for that, so she's going to move to here where she has shots on it, and then she's going to deploy and fire rockets from outside of their vision. Achilles gets to do the fun thing where he goes to here and hits it with the autocannon, and then backs up so that they can't see him anymore. If I could hit other things with the autocannon, that would be great. I can't, so it won't.
Always ready.
And then Carta... I mean, if I could do the thing where you pop over there, I would, but for now, you just hang out in the truck. And then, can I get a strafing run? 2, 3, 4? No, I can't hit both of these with a strafing run, so we'll save the strafing run for now.
At your service.
But yeah, we need to
Eyes open.
just slowly eat our way through this, because otherwise things... you can dump rockets into it. Oh, that's not a good miss. That is unfortunate.
Ready the protocols.
Oh, he is coming for us. What the heck? Ah!
At your service.
Man, okay, they don't normally run out of their bunkers for you. Okay. Can you hit this with a rocket? Oh, please. Nice. We just gotta keep hammering it. That's the sound of the mortar. Got lucky. You only get so many turns of getting lucky before it takes you out. Well, the good news is you can just spray. Well, actually, I want the shotgun to spray them down. Come on, Achilles. Beautiful. That means he can't get back in the bunker, which is wonderful. And now you can see that we got the minigun team. I will be dumping this right here, and then you can only hit me, you've already moved, but we'll do this for the suppression, I think. No, we just do the autocannon. What am I talking about? Why am I trying to save shots?
Shot deflected.
Oh, he is coming out here. Hello, buddy.
Always ready.
You can pop out and shotgun. Yeah, and it slaughters them.
Now that's the spirit.
Can't hit that guy.
Hoorah!
I want you to keep
This is always an act of valor.
putting rockets into the bunkers.
At your service.
That's gonna be the entire joke for a little while here. Ma'am, you can get to here
Roger.
and kill this guy. She's got the best armor, so even if something still can see her, she's got the highest chance of not dying. Beautiful.
Sir.
And then we do actually want you to come to here, and we need to hit the wall so that the vehicle can actually get through. If we don't take out the wall, the vehicle can't get through, and that's a problem. Nice! Okay, that's what we need.
Major.
We'll dump some supply crates right on the inside.
Orders.
Now, Darby... I want to wait for a Carta for this one, so we're going to try and have you come out to
Op 4,
here.
moving.
You see those guys, and just hammer them. Beautiful. Suppressed is
on
good
at
enough,
1/3.
and back up so you're hidden. This is going to spray uselessly. Does decent damage to the bunker when its armor is shredded, but not great.
Alert! Alert! Enemy hardware.
Okay,
Always ready, Major.
you're the only one with a turn left. Finish this. Wonderful. And then I want you to just drop a line of smokes, because we don't want to deal with that. And then go here. she should be able to make it to you. Beautiful.
At your service.
Alright, Carta, you're up first. Get in.
At your service.
And then Darby.
Moving to waypoint.
Darby, you can kind of sneak into here. This is an incredibly good cover spot because you can see the 3 tiles,
At your
the 3
service.
tiers. Pike, I want you to buff
Ready on my
him
second
and
to cover.
move.
Major.
And then Achilles, apparently you can drive over that. That's new. At least it's new to me. And we're not really trying to fight things back here. We're trying to get through here.
Feast.
We've got 11
Hurrah,
rounds.
Major.
That's the mortar at this.
Best fight.
Ooh! And you can see we actually took some armor damage on that. Because those mortars are not cute.
At your service.
Darby, do you have shots on this guy?
Major.
No, but you definitely do. They're gonna have very good defenses against you. Can you just go to here and yeah, this is what the K-Pack's good for. See how much suppression it applies with his passive? Now they can't see us.
Oblige then.
You are keeping
Podcast.
running. Oh, hello.
Major.
Ma'am, can you rocket this? He's got cover from you? Oh no. But you can shoot twice if you get to the other side of cover.
That's it.
Nice.
Marines.
Nice, and then you
One
can
of
go
third
here
heading to
and
cover.
hide from him. We are moving up towards the zone. You've got enough armor that you can take a frontal hit. And then Carta can actually get up into this to get more sight lines. And I'll drop this here just so it starts cooking whatever's in that bunker just to be safe.
At your service.
You can move up to here, kill this guy. We have no restrictions on kills this time.
Would have
We
been
just
faster.
the goal of the mission does not involve kills. And so I'm much more interested in getting to our safe position
Receiving
first
cover.
and killing later than I am on killing first. I am trying to hunt down the mortar that keeps firing at me. That's the walker over there. I want you guys to keep moving so you're not super close if the walker decides that it's upset with us. I did set a fire in it, so it
We've got movement.
might be able to do stuff. Hey, there's people in the bunker. Can you not hit that? It's out of your range. Well, fire some shots. Yeah, you can see how pathetic it is trying to shoot things out of the bunker. We don't want that. We're trying to have you get in range to find... There it is.
Always ready.
That's the mortar.
Blew something
Light
up.
weapon damage, optics damage. Can we kill it? You get weapon parts and repair tools for killing this. Nice.
Hostile down.
That's wonderful. There's a leader. You can hear him whistling.
At your service.
Everybody else, keep running.
Together.
Sir.
We're not... Again, killing can happen later. Oh!
Major.
Very awkward for him. Carta, you can pop up into here. You don't see anything, so you can hold off there. You're pretty close to the zone, so I'm pretty comfortable having you running around. Darby, you're in a similar boat. I don't want you to get up yet. Yeah, that's the wall burning down. And if I can find the guys with you, I will.
Finding the fight.
Ooh, hello.
Styles.
So we gotta watch. Yeah, that's the danger. Is they might, if people get close, they can anti-tank grenade him.
Major,
But-
keep your eyes on this Marine.
It's not too bad. I don't think you see anything for a little bit here. Yeah, you're okay.
At your service.
And this is the last deployment of the mission, so I'm less concerned with
Listen up,
vehicle
we're moving.
damage because he'll repair automatically. There's a bunch
Orders.
of them out there. Oh
Catching
my
a corner.
god. You really can't see anything. Okay. There they are. It's like somewhere out there.
Always ready.
There is a weapon team. Let's kill them. Oh. I really don't know if the hollow points are good on the shotgun. Like, it kills, but, like, would it have not killed if I had done things differently? Like, who knows? Thing, just get into the back.
Quite a bit of collateral, Major.
Quite a bit of collateral. Yeah, we're breaking a whole bunch of shit. You can get gunned down.
Good job.
Yes, buddy.
Hooah, Marine!
Yeah, now we
On the
just
march.
start walking
Orders?
back. Everyone just start walking
Let's do this.
back. Get one more turn. Wait, there's still 3 of them out there, but yeah, rest in peace.
Orders?
This is why cutting wire is great.
Always ready.
It allows you to actually leave these missions easily.
Sir.
Yeah, so that's 1.
Sir.
That's 2. And that is 3 of the missing people.
Consider this territory protected.
And that is another perfect mission. Hey, we got the weapon parts. Small set of weapon parts that can be used to repair and maintain firearms, repair tools, a box of repair tools that is needed for any general maintenance tasks, some crowbars, some armor, some grenades, lots of promos. Pike is now weary, that's okay. Carta, Achilles, and Singh didn't get enough kills. You're still
The mission is in
euphoric.
perfect order.
But yeah, that was a lot of missions in a row. We had to run through things. Enemy is stopped and momentum is reversed. That's a 5-star operation on expert. I'm very pleased. Though the caveat is we fought all of the enemies in the first mission, and then we had 3 missions in a row where killing enemies was either actively discouraged or not important. Get a bunch of OCI components. There was a longer mission. Same with Authority. We've got vehicle ammo case on offer. We've got additional armor plating. Now this gives you a lot of armor. 40 armor and 120 armor durability is so much. That makes it so much harder for lots of damage to break your armor, and it also makes you just less likely to have your armor punched through, but it increases your cost per tile. So that's good on defensive missions, less for standard missions. And then we have this. This is an ATGM launcher, a launcher for anti-tank guided missiles. Missiles can be fired either in direct or in indirect fire mode. Indirect fire mode requires a marked target to be fired at, but will ignore line of sight and will automatically hit. This thing is insane. It has an 11 tile range on its standard shot, I'm pretty sure. Maybe that might be on a long range one, but you can see it does so much damage to health and armor with a huge amount of pen. This is an incredible weapon. Problem is you need to have like a second vehicle to mount this on, because I really am not willing to put this on Achilles as my primary weapon. So I'll have to think about that, but I think comparatively it's so good I have to take it. Such a good weapon. All right, Major. A the Backbone Mining Facility. I love early access games that are translated into English. Is requesting assistance. Helping them will ameliorate our... I love that they use the word ameliorate, but we have A the Backbone, to the locals and, naturally, to the faction itself. We can either help them, 25 OCI components for 5 trust, or not our problem. Yeah, not our problem. 25 OCI components is an insane price to pay. The Impa just can't afford the OCIs. Whether or not it can afford the hit to relations with the faction is another matter entirely. We're not here to run errands. Major, if I may, we have to look out for the little man. I know that sounds old hat coming from a Martian, but every little bit helps. You might not have faith in these waybackers, but I will fight just that much harder to pick up any, emotional slack. Carta is now determined. Okay. That gives her...
Unfortunate that so many must die. But, you know, that's the job.
lots of discipline. All right, that was a pretty sweet first showing against the Rogue Army. I'm happy with that. Goodbye, goodbye. Thanks for joining me in the bog. I'm Willow, and if you enjoyed having me as your guide, leave me a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more Menace and many other journeys to come.